Okay, so get this shit. Monday, it was pouring down rain, thunderstorming all day long in my area. Okay, so, I mean, horrible. I mean, I could barely ever, I can't remember a time it was not pouring down rain. But it was slow as hell. I mean, I was logged in. I had a 9.5 hour blocks, 9.5 hours worth of blocks on Grubhub on Monday. 11 to 2, 2:30 to 5:30, 5:30 to 9, I believe is what it was. Whatever it was, it equaled out to be. There was a half hour in between that from 11 to 9 that I didn't have anything scheduled. I logged in at 11 o'clock. I logged out at 9 o'clock. All right. I sat at home. I was not going to go out in the rain, the pouring down rain, until I got an order. Okay. Every time I checked DoorDash, I always must have hit it when it wasn't busy. So I don't schedule DoorDash. I schedule Grubhub, and I pick up DoorDash as needed to make up for the money I'm not making on Grubhub during the lull times. Or I'll turn on Uber Eats as well, but Uber Eats doesn't guarantee tips, so I take those sparingly. All right, I don't do Postmates very often because rarely ever get orders on Postmates when I am on that. So anyway, I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. I wait about an hour and a half or so, and I decide, you know what? I'm just going to start doing dishes or doing some laundry. And if I get an order, I get an order. You know, something decent, I'll go out because I still don't take orders that I don't like. So I get an email, you know, so 10 hours, 9.5 hours of nothing, I get my guarantee. Today I get an email saying that I'm abusing the system. Since when? I've never, ever, ever settled for less than 16, 17 bucks an hour. And when I'm sitting at 16, 17 bucks an hour, I go home. Okay, I turn off and I go home because I'm not making enough money that I want to make. So I will go home. Hang on. Okay, so I'm gonna have to stitch these together here. The last message. I'm still getting some orders, you know, which is fine. You know, and the same crappy $9 orders I've been getting all day. But at least this one, it's a restaurant I like, right down the street, and it's right. The house is like right behind it. Why they bothered ordering it instead of just walking over and getting it, I don't know. Maybe it looks closer on the map. I don't know. But anyway, they say I'm abusing the system. I have had Grubhub contributions maybe twice since I started doing this in January. Okay? I got one when I first started and I couldn't schedule a full week because it was my first week out. So that last day of the week I had maybe a 3-hour block and I got like 2 orders. So I made up and got 30 bucks, you know, for the day instead of the 15 that I ended with. And then I think one other time they had to give me like $5 to $6 to make up for because I was under because it was a slow day. And that was way back in probably before COVID even hit. Okay, sorry, my phone is sitting. I'm driving and my phone is sitting on this vent in this car, and the way it sits is awkward. Why I was holding it in the last video. So they say that I'm abusing the system, so they restricted my access to scheduling because they didn't send me any orders. Okay, my house sits smack dab in a red zone. Okay, orange. It's orange. Okay, so if you look at your map and you got red zone, that's supposed to be your hot spot. Okay, your orange zone is supposed to be your semi-hot spot. Yellows are your warm spot, and then the nothings are nothing. Okay. You're probably not gonna get a lot of orders in those nothing areas. Okay, there's times where I've gotten a lot of orders in those nothing areas. You know, like Barberton or Kenmore. I've gotten a decent amount of orders sometimes in there. All right, but I sit smack dab. I work the Cuyahoga Falls, South Akron area. Okay, that's where I usually am, and I always get orders. I never leave my house until I get an order. I usually have an order within 10 to 15 minutes of logging in. All right, not always worth it, and I told every rep that I talked to, because of course you can't get a hold of anybody because they have an asshole system, you know, designed to completely fuck you over if they fuck you over. So it's that whole runaround system that is completely messed up. There's no point of driver specialists because you can't talk to them anymore. There's no point of the driver reps because they can't help you with anything. All right, other than maybe canceling an order if you tell them the order needs to be canceled. And they do that without question half the time, which is absolutely ridiculous. And if you know me, I decline way too many orders in a day to ever abuse the contribution system. You have to have 90% acceptance rate. I am usually sitting somewhere between 40 and 70%, depending on the day, depending on how many orders I get, depending on how nice of orders I get. If I have 100% acceptance rate, damn well every order is well over the equivalent of $20 an hour. So there's no way I'm abusing their contribution system, okay? Because and they didn't send me an order. All right, I will take the $10 an hour if you don't send me any orders. Of course I'm going to take it. It's money, all right? But there's no way I'm going to sit on my ass in my house and abuse their system. If I have things to do, if I have a migraine, because I get migraines, if I don't feel good, if my kids call me Friday night, my son called me Friday night, said, hey, I'm going to come over. Okay, no problem. I logged off and I went home. So how am I going to abuse the system when I log out of more blocks than anything? I will log out of my block. I will drop my blocks. I will, if I'm not ready to go out, there's times where I'm running late in the morning with my workout or whatever I'm doing. I realize it's now past noon because I haven't accepted any orders yet because they're either garbage or I'm busy and I haven't, I'm not moving on time. I will log out and then I will drop my next block because if I'm not making money during lunch, if I'm not out making money during lunch, there's no way I'm going to make money from 2 to 4. So I will drop that afternoon block. It makes no sense to me. I begged them to find a way to get a hold of the driver specialist, and of course they give me the same bullshit. You have to go through the right channels and do this and that and that. If it takes a couple days, it takes a couple days. That's bullshit. They're not going to compensate me for it because that would be abusing me abusing the system, of course, even though it's their fault. They're not going to compensate me for dropping my blocks. They're going to say, well, we'll just make sure. No, it's garbage. It's bullshit. I'm about to drop Grubhub because of this bullshit, and then just start scheduling DoorDash and whatever else. It's so ridiculous. I've made so much money with them this year comparatively to the other apps, but there's so many goddamn issues, and it's pissing me off. So I just had to rant about that. Sorry. Bye.